So what I basically did is I ordered a lot from 888 Lots, and it came to my door for $196. I paid $148 for the lot, $48 in shipping. And another thing to keep in mind is you don't actually have to get the pallet or the lot or however many boxes delivered to your house or to your door, or to your apartment, or to your prep company, right? Or your prep center. What you can actually do on 888 Lots, and a lot of the other places as well, is you can set up, and they actually have it integrated when you buy. You'll see it when you actually check out, that you can order to a prep company that will then ship all your items into Amazon FBA for you. So they'll do all the prepping, they'll do all the shipping into FBA for you, and they'll have basically the lot invoice, so Amazon can just scan it in, and then all your stuff will be in your seller account. Now, you do have to set this up. I have not set it up on my account yet, but they show you how to do it, basically, and they literally run you through the process, and you can obviously hop on a call with them if you really need them to walk you through it. But you have to go into the back end of your seller account and actually set them up so that they can access your account, so that they can then add everything in and then ship it for you. So it's really, really great. So instead of actually paying the $48 shipping, I think it's you roughly pay roughly the same, and then they do all the work for you, so you might as well do that. I wanted to test this out and kind of document a little bit of the FBM process, for some of those people, so that's what I'm working on currently. But definitely once I scale, and the next lot will 100% be into FBA, so I plan on linking my account. If you want to go that route, that's probably the easiest way and probably the smartest way, but just keep in mind that some of your items might be restricted, so you might have to pull, let's say hypothetically, if I send in 196, I think there was 190 in this actual lot, and I sent in, 190 units, maybe I got, immediately approved, and I could immediately sell 100 of those, right? And a key thing to keep in mind as well is you should be doing product research ideally ahead of time. Then you can, obviously know what will sell, how many of those lots will sell, and we also talked about you can do this with individual items, so you don't just have to buy a bulk lot, but you can also look at bulk lots and then see exactly what contents, you can sell ahead of time. Now, for let's say hypothetically I was able to sell 100 of those 190, and maybe I was able to get approved for another 50, what would happen with those other 40 is I would just pull them out of my inventory. I would just pull them out of FBA, and then I would resell them back on eBay, Mercari, or Poshmark. Pretty self-explanatory, okay? So you can do this. I'm going to show you how to do this, but I just wanted to touch on that because that's something that is really, really valuable that you should probably implement. Just understand that you probably, for the majority of you, unless you're requesting approval and plan on, obviously you should get accepted with your invoice from 888 Lots. If you plan on doing that, just understand that there are going to be stuff that you're going to be restricted for, and that will just sit in your unfulfilled inventory until you file for and request approval, or you bring them out of your FBA inventory and get them shipped back to you. But that's probably the most economically friendly and smartest way to do it. So what I did is I had these shipped to my door, literally just got these 190 today. I've been starting to list them. Bought it for $148. Average unit price was about 78 cents. Shipping cost was $48, obviously. And then, that was $196 to my door. Now, they estimate that I can probably sell this about $2,500, a little bit more, maybe $2,600 on Amazon. They estimate that everything retails, if I resold it at the highest margin, a little bit under $4,000. I'm gonna shoot just a conservative estimate here and say I'm probably gonna sell this for like $1,800. Now that's a conservative estimate, but that's just my potential estimate, assuming I sell everything. If I don't sell everything, I'd probably sell this for like $1,000 to like $1,400. And then obviously, if I can continue to wait and list stuff on Mercari, Poshmark, eBay, and so on and so forth, then I will eventually sell everything. Ideally. But I might not necessarily flip it all very, very fast. Let's say out of this 190, I flip 100 of it within the first, 2-3 weeks, and then the rest of it I flip within the first 2 months. Boom. Not only did I make my money back super fast, but I really, really, really 10x my money because I really expect to make probably anywhere from $1,500 to about $1,800 on this lot. So what I did here is you'll see that what I do is I export the lot to Excel, and then it'll bring you all this. You'll bring you this Excel file where you can literally see everything in your lot, the retail price on Amazon right here, the MSRP, how much it's off, and your total cost. So it'll tell you what you paid for each specific thing. It'll also tell you the quantity of these, which is important when you're adding them into Amazon. It's really, really, really beneficial. So what I'll do is I'll pull up the Finder. So I'll like find and replace search in Excel, right? And I'll pull literally one item at a time out of the box, and I'll search for it. So if I see like a stainless steel thermos, right? Well, I'm gonna search like thermos and see where it is and figure out where that is. Okay, thermos, I have the Star Wars thermos in my hand. I want to list that on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I realize, okay, I have 2 of these actually. There's a quantity of 2, so I have to find both of them. Then I want to take the ASIN, which is this one, and I'm going to, just like any other thing, I'm going to take it into Amazon and I'm going to list it. And we're going to see if we can sell it. Now I can sell this, new, used, and collectible. I have 2 of these, and what I like to do is I like to see, okay, the price is $8.65, so I'm probably going to match the price merchant fulfilled, or I would simply match the price and then send it into FBA. But like I said, I'm testing out merchant fulfilled for certain videos. But, you know, in the future, I would definitely send them into FBA. So that's what I would do. Now, keep in mind, too, every once in a while, you'll get a product, because these are liquidation pallets, that don't have any offers, meaning nobody's actually selling that product right now. So a few things about that, okay? You'll notice that if that happens, it'll say currently unavailable right here. There won't be a price. Nobody will be selling it, okay? And that's important to keep in mind. So what you want to do there is a few things. You could either, A, list it and then sell it yourself if the right here is pretty good, if the best sellers rank is good. But if it's a high bestseller rank, then you probably don't want to list it. And if it's anything above 500,000 maybe, what I would recommend to do is either list it on Amazon, or definitely list it on Amazon, but then also list it on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark to sell it. Especially with Poshmark now, they have the new home goods, so it's not just clothing and accessories. They have the new home goods category, and they're starting to expand into other categories. So you can list a lot of these on Poshmark. You can list a lot of these on Mercari, and obviously you can list a lot of them on eBay. So it's a great, great way to do online arbitrage and make a freaking killing. Now, if it is very, very high, like I said, you can list it on Amazon. Just make sure that, if you list on Amazon and you list on Mercari and you list on Poshmark and eBay, what you need to do is once you sell it on one marketplace, you need to delete it off all the other ones, okay? Just keep that in mind. It's, common sense, but I wanted to reiterate that. Now, if for whatever reason this was currently unavailable and there was no price here, and you either wanted to list it on Amazon or you wanted to list it on a different marketplace and you wanted to know the price, what you would do is you would take the URL, you would go to camel.com, but basically all it is a price check and checking the history of that certain price. So this usually retails at about $20. Every once in a while it'll drop all the way down, and then it'll drop all the way down. But roughly speaking, it probably retails anywhere from like 14 and above. So that's what you probably get away with selling it. Now, if you wanted to sell it fast, maybe you try to drop it at like 11 or 13 or whatever you want to do. But since it's selling well on Amazon, what I would do is I'd list this and I'd simply match the price, and then I would fulfill it by merchant, or I'd ship it into FBA. So I just wanted to touch on this, guys. This is a gold mine. And literally with all the Excel files and literally telling you every single thing that you can do and that you have in your actual lot that's coming to you, it makes it super, super easy. Another thing that I just listed, I think, was, what else did I list? I listed like straws, I think. And what I would do is I'd literally find the straws. If I'm holding straws in my hand, I'd find the straws and then go, oh, is this the stainless steel straws that are set at 4? Oh, yeah, it is the stainless steel straws. And then I'd take the ASIN, right? Same thing as before. And I'd come into Amazon and I would list it. Now, you'll notice that I can't list this in new and used conditions. So I have 3 options really, right? I could sell it on another marketplace. I could list it as used with a condition note of new, which is something I do quite often. So what I'll do is I'll list it as used like new, and then I'll put a condition note in here, brand new. You'll see I've literally have it in Word just in case that happens. If the sales rank is good, I'll list it like $1 under the buy box to give somebody a deal, and I'll list it as used like new. I'll put a condition note in that actual listing in edit listing in your inventory, and I'll say brand new, never opened, never used, still in original packaging. And that doesn't sell as fast because obviously you don't have the buy box, but it sells pretty fast. It usually sells within a week or two if you have, a really, really, decent bestseller rank. If you have a really good one, it should sell relatively quickly because a lot of people know and a lot of people are looking for deals, and a lot of people will look at the used like new ones, and then in the condition note, it'll literally read as they open it, used like new. So it's pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy to use. Now, I also could request approval and send in the invoice to them. You'll see here it says you can list this as the blah blah blah. To list in new, you need to request approval, and then I need to give, I believe it is an invoice or a brand owner authorization. So select one of the document types below: purchase invoice or a letter authorizing me to sell. So I'd give them a purchase invoice, obviously from 888 lots for that specific item. And that's how you get unbrand restricted. That's how you request approval and get approved for a lot of these. You won't get approved for all of them, but you will get approved for a lot of them.